This is general advice and my opinions only. CFDs are high risk, past performance isn't reliable, I may be long or short CFDs and stocks mentioned. Content may contain language that offends some viewers. LEVRD operates as corporate authorised representative 001318377 under AFSL 548573. You can find our financial services guide via the LEVRD website link in the show notes.
Righto, bag holders and stop-loss haters, we're still alive and we're still brought to you by the Toad. Have a look at this. The Toad has got the bloody biggest data set in the frickin' world, gazillion bagoogle bytes worth of imagery and everything, and it is now available on the Toad. I have fired up the Toad and I have now the ability to turn on rendered magnetics, gravity, whatever data they've got, and they make it that bloody easy. Look, let's be bloody honest, it means absolutely nothing to me. I'm not a geologist, but if you're a geologist or you're a mining company looking for projects, you've got to fire up the Toad. You fire up the Toad because you've got magnetics, gravity, everything now, in addition to the drill hole 3D visualisation. Get the Toad into you. Righto. God, I'm sure everyone else even saw on the weekend on Instagram, old Matty, as you can see here, pumping out an overhead bloody squat snatch. Have a look at this thing. Look, I need to get under it a bit more, I won't lie, and the only thing yous have got to do, if yous want to come and get as ripped as me, because the only reason I've kept the missus is because I've started to craft myself at the CrossFit gym at NVLD Fitness. Mate, link in the show notes. If you want to keep your missus, come do CrossFit with me at Neverland. It is bloody good fun. Link in the show notes. Get them on Insta. It's bloody sensational. Oh, that's a free plug as well. There's zero cash being exchanged there. Maybe a free membership if I get a heap of yous in. Right, let's get into what's actually going on. So, I might get my arse handed to me this morning, but there's been a breakthrough. There's been a breakthrough. Oh, we're clawing back. Righto, I'll tell you what I did last week and what's coming up this week. Fucking market open might kill me here, but anyway, positions closed last week because Friday shit itself. Everything, Evolution was down 5%, Northern Star down 3%. Thank God earlier in the week, on I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, there was the big gold spike. So Genesis pumped up to $6.53. So I closed that long, took me 10% profit there, $8,000. So that was a good win. But then Friday saw the bloody gold price shit itself and everything on fears of inflation is going to take over this bloody gold central bank buying and everything. So gold pretty much went from 47 back to low 45s. So Evolution got hammered. So did Northern Star, my short position. So I'm like, right, based on how freaking short these ups and downs are, I'm like, fuck it. I'm going naked long over the weekend. This could kill me. But so I covered the Northern Star short at break even, bang on at $20.40. And existing positions, let's go through them. I'll start at the top. The US Tech 100, the NASDAQ, did pull back a bit. That's the core index hedge. As I said, this thing just keeps going up, 29,000. But far out, there's that much media around about, this is the nets.com crash and everything. Probably could be, could not be. But then you've got Trump doing his China visit, potential. Who knows what's happening with Taiwan? And Taiwan, to my knowledge, produce 90% of the semiconductors that go into all these chips. So if there is issues in Taiwan or perceived issues between US and China of what's going to happen with Taiwan, that's going to put a lot of pressure on the NASDAQ. So I'm holding strong on that one. Could fucking burn me, but that is the core short at the moment. Still got Evolution, heavy on Evolution. So that's near back at break even. Bought that at $12.39. See how the market opens today. It went down heaps Friday. possibly going to go down again today. So I'm a bit exposed there. So I'm naked long there. Breakthrough Minerals, old BTM. Have a look at that bastard. I think that's 2 decimal places. That's 24.5. It had a bloody rip over the weekend. I'll bring it up the top. It'd be bloody mad not to. So no news, bloody big volume, and she's just fucking started absolutely pumping. So I'm in the bloody profit there. Where are we? I'll bring it up here. Where's the bloody? Have a look at this for a bloody chart. Look at that bastard. Look at it start ripping last week from 18 up to 24.5. And God, if you see I'll have to bring up the actual bloody volume. This was friggin' off its bloody head. Look at this. 3-point-something million shares traded on bloody Friday. So there's that bloody so something's happening. I don't see any announcements out at the moment, but this could be. Where's me bloody God? There you are. This could be the bloody breakthrough I've needed. So breakthrough is back up. So I'm bloody 16 and a bit % profit there. Would have been great if I bought it all at 15, 16 cents, but has it happened? So BTM could be my bloody saviour. North Queensland Copper, as I'm saying, they're the interested parties there. You've got bloody Boomy, the Indonesian mob. They're the ones buying the camp off them. They're possibly an interested party in taking them. You've got Austral that are getting active with the old Rocklands mill. They need feed. Then you've got Harmony Gold building the EVA project up there. You've got friggin' AIC just ticking along doing its thing. Breakthrough are drilling. I would imagine assays will be coming in the next week or two based on turnaround times. So, mate, who knows? Drilling extension will grow on a resource. So, mate, these maybe just the straight share is my thing, and CFDs fucking aren't. But anyway, so BTM got to be a good week, hopefully. Talk Metals. Talk put out an announcement today. TOR looks the Strauss drilling looked a bit underwhelming. Not much happening there. They did get some extensional hits at Paris, well outside the mineral resource envelope. Wasn't like fucking knocking the frickin' lights out, but I'd say, yeah. I still believe bloody that the ex-Spartan show are up to something. Here's the bloody hits here. What do we got? 17 metres at 2.8 with 6.4 at 5.8. So nothing too bloody. It's not bad. 5 for 13 metres down. 13 at 2, which is 7.3 at 3. So nothing too bloody fancy, to be honest. So this is where they're hitting here. So well outside the mineral resource. So that mineral resource update is this quarter. So that's going to be interesting. So that's the 17 metres at 2.8, sort of right down plunge here, about 500 metres underground. So yeah, we'll wait and see. So it's not really shooting the lights out, but that Spartan crew will be up to something. I'm trying not to be too bloody analytical here. It's just if they've gone in it for a reason, they must be doing something. They'll probably get Benz to take talk over and put them all back together, and then Lawson's got his Glenberg project back in a vehicle under himself after he Spartan sold it to Benz. So that would make sense. Who knows? And then Lawson and Jonesy can run Glenberg and Paris. So there's an out there idea. So we'll see how that opens, but I'd assume it's looking down on the indicative price. New Murchison, far out. This one's bloody annoying me, but I can't understand why. NMG is, she's pretty flat, as you can see up here. Pretty bloody flat. Sitting at about, trading between that 4.6 to 4.9 region. God, with the bloody, what's the market cap at? 499, 150 of that is in cash, and based on their run rate, they're possibly going to print another 50 this quarter because I assume Westgold's taken as much dirt as they can because no one else is giving it to them at the moment, and they're just going to get cheaper on an EV basis. And as I said, I was confident after talking to Pasty of their growth plans of what's in the pipeline with Crown Prince East, Lydia, and the potential underground. So there is a growth plan. Need the study to come out into this year to sort of articulate that. Holding strong. Bright Star. Fuck, this bloody 3.6 it's sitting at. Waiting on permitting. I don't need to keep repeating myself about Bright Star. Waiting on permitting. It's not that big of a position now. It's just, yeah, God, if anyone was going to take it back at 50, 60, surely they'd be having a look at 36 cents. Boss Energy. So this is a bit random. I've had a tickle at uranium. That is on the back of the Cameco Key Lake Mill getting shut down, MacArthur River being slowed, Cigar Lake not impacted yet. That bridge doesn't look like it's getting fucking fixed anytime soon. No impact on the uranium market yet. Uranium's actually gone down on the back of that. I know it's in the quiet season. They're usually leading up to WNA, August, September is when uranium starts heating up again. But it's significant. A significant piece of the uranium output being taken out of the market due to this Cameco bridge getting destroyed, but it hasn't transpired into price rises yet. So, as I said, Cameco is over-contracted, so they have the ability to go buy in the spot market by companies that aren't contracted, so they see that as an opportunity, but they will have to buy more in the spot market now because they've reduced output out of MacArthur River. So, don't know. And as I said, Boss is, look, it's a basket case, but they have £1.5 million of inventory on hand, and that, if there's a rise in the spot price, that inventory value just goes. So they're a lot more protected than the likes of Lotus, who, even though that share price is freaking hemorrhaging, have a look at bloody, I'll bring up Lotus. Fuck me dead. Have a look at this. That thing keeps going down, 67.5. So, God, the thoughts are they're gonna have to raise money, but far out, that is just absolutely a falling knife at the moment. So I'll be interested to see when that actually stops being a falling knife. Randomly, God, as I said, I was gonna go bloody 29 metals at 21 cents, and look, and same thing. Big downgrades, has a bit of a sideways thing while the market digested at 22, 23, and then bang, back up to 31. So not nearly 50% gain, but that's what can happen with these bloody stocks like this that are that hated. Once they stabilise, geez, they can recover 50% very quickly. The other specky, Prominence Energy, my little helium punt, went in on the placement. That's doing nothing. So, they need a shitload of decimal places on this because it's that many gazillion shares on issue. Opening was actually 0.022. And so it's sort of trading at the bloody match or whatever, 0.025. So not much doing there. So that's where that. And let's look at the number. It could fucking change as soon as the market opens. It will. 170. Back up to 170. Not bad last week. 16% move, courtesy of our great friends at BTM, Breakthrough Minerals. Thank you very much. So that's where we're sitting. So pretty long on the gold, and gold is fucking hammered at low 4,500. So any lift in gold this week will be very welcomed by Matty at LEVRD. Please. Right, so that's where we are, 170. The market hasn't opened yet. Could fucking change. So that's where we're at. Righto, punters, as always, thanks to the bloody Dosh sponsor, The Toad. NVLD Fitness doesn't get a mention because they haven't paid me anything. But The Toad, thanks always to the support from The Toad. Love your work. Get The Toad. Righto, punters, have a good bloody week. Hope it's a fruitful one. Cheers, brah.